All night I was haunted by one thought. And specifically, what is my situation with brake fluid? Since she went to the front of the GTC in the past. Well, I don't know. It's not visible. I'll show you now. We look. Make sure the brake fluid is in order, which means that it is in place. Which means she's not leaving. And this means that my guesses are either going away. No, it doesn't seem to go away. Okay, we fixed it. We're looking. In short, I thought that she would simply leave through the right wheel overnight. And something would come that I didn't want to change from the tube in the area of the sorcerer, or the sorcerer himself. But it seems that the liquid did not go away in such a short time. And that means that's it. In general, you need to catch the train. The time, damn it, is at 7 in the morning. We need to get to the center in time for some very important events. What he does at 7 in the morning, I check the brake fluid. We are gradually rolling into the autumn Petersburg weather. Let's evaluate this on this wonderful car, a 8 long. The pores on the foundry are beautiful. So I came back and continued to make diagnoses. Of course, our favorite thing. I want to see it now. How are things with the brake pedal, actually? Look, I thought it would be in the floor, but it basically is. But it is wadded and pressed through. All right. The clutch. With the clutch, everything is clear. There you need to change both cylinders along the way. So, let's go under the hood. Let's see. How that knee hurts. The door is that. So, let's see what's going on here. Oh, really? So. Yes, it seems to be at the same level so far. Well, in general, here's what you need to do. We need to change the clamp on the vacuum tube, because it's coming off like this, and plug this tube that goes. 100% goes to the salon, that is, in the trunk. And for this we need. And for this we need to find another yoke. In this mess. I can't even guess where the clamps are. Not in a small package like that. Okay, it's garbage, it's plastic. Let's throw everything out now. Here's the aftertaste of the brake system repair. What did you understand? They were inside, where the brake fluid was, were rusty, and with such a white coating. All 4 fittings. I do not know, but there really was water and dirt. It was also lying around somewhere, but it was also rusty. That is, rust and white plaque. There was no such brake fluid, just water. Water and dirt. That's it. I don't know, no one has ever climbed there. I've already said that. In short, I turned off the vacuum circle, put a clamp. It's all held up like this. I threw off clamp, because yesterday I was driving. I showed a consumption of 30 liters, and did not go down in any way. So, well, there are some brakes. Now let's roll this wet weather a little bit. And we will draw a concrete conclusion. Most likely, you will need to pump the brakes again. Well, or change the vacuum cleaner. I don't want to do anything about it. I'm already tired. Let's go. Pretty wound up. It started. This is understandable. Everything is clear there too. We're warming up, we're going to refuel, we'll take a little ride, then I'll tell you what's what. Well, they give. It's an adjustable intersection. There shouldn't be any problems at all. Why? Why? Well, minus the Nissan, and apparently Lechetti is standing there. The car stinks of oil. My respects. So, some brakes appear, but this is not at all what you can count on. It looks like it will need to be pumped. The main thing is that I have already opened the brake, it was not driven. My knee hurts. Pumping the brakes, damn it. In short, the main thing is that the brake is not conducted. Awesome. For the air system, it will be necessary to solve this. With this button, the tank reset works. That the tank is alive. I've already checked. The main thing is that the retard did not go anywhere. Great, great. I just went out, slowed down. So, well, tolerably warm. Tolerably warm. Right here it smells like pads. So, it's not clear. Now I'll see if the rear wheels are braking or not. But it feels like the distribution is going on. A normal sorcerer. Something is slowing down. Let's take a flashlight, which I don't have, and take a look. And we'll take a look. Well, apparently, something is slowing down. Apparently. These wheels are shit rear. Apparently the pad is rubbing along the side. But it's not falling into place yet. All right. The fact that she rubs, it's already good. And here we don't see anything. Damn, but how? And where? Oh, it's rubbing here too. Is it visible? Is it not visible? I don't know. It's unclear. It rubs there too. It rubs along the side normally. So the talk is being wiped, so the system is working. And this? Well, it's clear here. And this is more than good. Look what a microbe. By the way, Passat. A small car, brisk, straight clear. Well, it's clear here. The pads have been worn down for a long time. In short, we look, we observe. I'm going to try to judge a fast car now. I've been to 4 gas stations, and wheel pumping doesn't work everywhere. We still need to refuel. In short, some brakes appear. It will need a tire iron to bend this shit. Tin, of course. Jackpot Zognal. The problem is that the left door gets stuck. I hope that was the last place I climbed in this car. Because then the motor. The engine eats oil, it stinks. Be healthy. Therefore, the motor is on the table, but I certainly won't do it. The Passat will either leave like this, although I don't want to part with it, a cool car. Or the motor is cured after all. About 5 or 6,000 for spare parts. I do not know how many masters, there are very many. I will continue to monitor what's with the brakes, and something will be new. I'll let you know. But the fluid is new, the pads are new. I conditionally went over the brakes, except for the front calipers and the handbrake. And this means that in general everything is fine. In general, everything is very good. And today's story begins with the fact that my molding fell off. If someone thinks that this is a cool car, cook it, touch it up, it will go. Nothing like that. Minus all the doors. In short, I thought there was a through hole in the cabin. It turns out not. And the joke is that everyone here is also rotten. Except for 1 hole 4 moldings. I don't know how to solve this. I thought I was really going to go through there with screws now. It may need to be drilled, but in the course of high screed. So you can somehow need to do it today. Immediately the hood. Well, like this, I do not know, the key is 10. I threw off the battery. The car stood for 2.5 weeks. I bought it. The terminal is 6 to 8 millimeters. The terminal from the oil sensor has fallen off. Well, the terminal on the injectors is so thin. We'll change it. But the most important thing that I bought was, look, about Vygovsky pins. It's not the original, of course, it's not made of anything, but nevertheless, we can at least get rid of some problems with electricity. For example, a block. Reinsert the block of the central lock, and the DMRV. And the little things there. And that's good. Only 630 rubles, that is, 6, conditionally, and a half rubles cost for one piece. And some sellers sell these terminals simply for some unrealistic money. Like 300 rubles a piece took. A set of fasteners conditionally. Maybe we'll find something here for this door. But first, of course, we need to get inside, put on the battery, check the oil and brake. I remind you, the car just stood there for 2.5 weeks. There was no time to do all this. A lot of work. It's a very difficult project, but it's coming to an end. And that's good, because there are some ideas. Yes, the retard. Well, it is available. Okay. What's in the oil? Half, middle. I hope we have enough electricity to launch. I really hope so. The neighbor is standing there taking pictures of something. So, there is no clutch, as always. Includes no car. Because they what? I bought another US Bluetooth.
USB Bluetooth.
Because I'm tired of driving with the radio. Disgusting. You. Well, almost come on.
Ну, почти, давай.
Oh, good.
Хорош.
Baldes. What's back there? Well, I see. In short, we swing the wheels and go. We're going to deal with the molding. If we fail to do what I have in mind, then we will go to the village, take a drill and drill. And so, well, some smart guy used incomprehensible, perhaps even Zhigovsky clips. And all of this, of course, did not work. Well, plus of course. Minus the door. That's such a fun pose ad, guys. Take Nikruk. Yeah, I see. In general, what was the idea? Take a screw and screw through, respectively, firm the back side of the whole thing. But it's not end-to-end. In general, some kind of bastard decision, to be honest. Yes, if you just drill through, but we'll end up right here. Yeah, I see. That's the same thing. That's how the whole thing rotted merrily. And here, and here. Well, what was it all based on? It is unclear on what. It's like Zhigovskaya, right? I don't know. And here is the culprit of all this. The fact is that the loop is here, as it were. As you can see, the bottom one is practically absent. Because of that. How? How? There's a hole somewhere, it doesn't matter. Or is it a trapdoor? Or it's a clogged hatch. In short, due to the fact that the door is lowered, I had to slam hard, and here it is from rotten, along with all the cases. Well, I've got the magic ties, which should be enough. So we pick up the clips. These remaining ones. Oh, the badge. In the remaining holes, we plant them on clips and on screeds. I don't see any other option. Well, this is some kind of Spanish construction, I'll tell you honestly. Who the hell came up with this? This is the first time I've seen such bullshit. And all the doors are like that, actually. In general, all doors. We need to buy some kind of mastic or something like that. Epperst, I forgot the fret mess here. Some kind of mastic, and just cover up the rust with this layer. It will fall off, of course, but at least it will be enough for a season. Check out how many retards. What is this? This is antifreeze. 1 bank of brakes, 2 banks of brakes, 3 banks of brakes, 4 banks of brakes, and like 2 more, or maybe more, I threw out. That's how I deal with the brakes, damn it. We need to get out of here in short. All plastic. In short, throw everything away, everything that is not needed. The metal needs to be put into metal. That's it. But first we'll quickly put on the molding. Calmly does not give. Now there will be a fierce perversion. And where? And here. Well, like it won't rot anymore, yeah. We all understand that. Of course. I honestly admit, I'm already suffering from bullshit. It's like there's absolutely nothing to save here. There is absolutely nothing to save. Well, okay, it's kind of normal. The norms of the solution. Yes, yes, yes. Tin, of course. No, well, everything is completely rotten here. They even looked at some brackets over there. I'm not for that. That it would somehow help the case. I touch up just for fun. This is just a joke. This stuff needs to be fixed up. But I do not know, today it is not today to do this, because it pours into the salon. Everything that pours into the salon is not cool. But it's never cool at all. What a smell here. Damn, it's leaking out here too. And how, firmware from here. It should drain everything into the well. In short, everything took over there too. Well, there's nothing to be done. We need to solve this issue somehow. In general, as I said, we are now selecting what we bought from what suits us, and I already see a couple of options there. We throw it on the ties and go from here, because, well, I don't know, it's pointless to fix it. The installation scheme of the whole thing is as simple as possible. By the way, I found about the original clip, maybe even the original, but not the fact. Yes, I picked up the size plus or minus. I hope to go to the forest without any problems. We insert it on the screed, but I don't see any other option here at all. There's something to farm here. I don't know. Whatever at all. I don't care at all. In general, we will do so. Germany. The only thing that pleases here is that this is Germany, and not China there, and so on. Of course something went wrong, but you. Why? Why? By the way, you can try my system with. Very smart. With this story. This is definitely the entrance to the salon. Damn, well, the puck can be small. Yes. Well, what we have. What do we see here? I had to disassemble the door card. Here we see the reverse side of that very, very beautiful configuration. It's already broken here, of course, everything is bad. Everything was flowing inside, mold. I can't figure out what it's like. The door from disassembly or something. Why is it multicolored? In short, it doesn't matter. We are interested in this moment. Everything is rotten, now we'll give it a lift here, of course. Here now the molding goes out here, but in general, the door still looks like. We need to clean the drains a little. The door still looks a bit like. We need to change the loop. And, by the way, music is still a Pioneer. I thought it was just a Pioneer radio. Someone once stuck a Pioneer here. It was fat in its time. It takes 500 million bolts to disassemble all of this. We need to grease up, check everything so that we don't come back to this door anymore. For some reason, the pen does this. For what reason, I don't understand yet. Perhaps you need to pull here in the handle itself. And it's screwed on. Let it be so, I don't care at all. To get to the mirror really. The mirror here is also very strangely screwed. In short, I only have a question multiplying. I wish I hadn't come here. And what are we doing? We are now assembling the whole system here, hanging it up, twisting it somehow. And that's it. And you still need to touch up so that it doesn't creep further. But of course it will look very bad, but at least it will hold, you know. I didn't find any other option at all. Yes, that's all. But the door really was a different color before. Or not. If this car was once painted and poured, then what is the semantic load? It's rotted away anyway. By the way, maybe that's why it rotted. Like these variants of all of them. You may have been doused by someone once. For some reason. Well, no, the arches are the same. I don't know. That's it, I won't guess. I don't care at all, absolutely. We do what I have in mind. We collect, make a clem, and probably rewrite everything today. Then we'll arrange an electricity day somehow. But in general it will look like this. I'll cut these things off. It was possible, of course, to pull it off, but who is interested in it at all? Except for me, of course. I don't care. That's it. In general, how are things? I twisted it as hard as I could. And there was nothing to control, I just filled it with sealant. Tinted, greased, smeared with silicone grease. This thrust is not regulated in any way. Apparently, it just stretched out over time or something in the castle. I won't figure it out. I don't care at all. We're going back. So, well, I tried to pump the heating system in the car, but for some reason, the cork is in the stove and nothing can be done about it. Antifreeze you need to buy 5 liters, in short, and spill the whole thing. I barely spilled something there, something dripped, but such a thing. Replaced the terminal, as you can see. A little bit of a collective farm, but nevertheless. Replaced the oil sensor temperature terminal. In general, everything is in order. There's still a key there. In general, everything is in order. Another screwdriver. The only thing is, I lost a rag somewhere, which I was wiping everything here. Wiped it. The main thing is that it does not fall on the exhaust and does not catch fire. She once had such a pleasant little. But it didn't catch fire. The glove fell, it didn't catch fire. It began to smolder. This is another rag. Something. Some kind of mess, right? Well, I'll deal with that later, as always. Well, okay, I put the bottles there, I'll at least throw them away. Molding, it will definitely work. A plane that is not visible where it flies, because the clouds. So, let's look.
Смотрим.
Class, not a single light bulb is lit. Oh, the oil temperature is 62 degrees. Yes, Epperst. Baldes. Everything works. That's it for today. We will deal with this case later.
Будем потом заниматься.
I'll schedule an electrician's day,
День электрики.
and we will unpack everything and push it back. It seems to be the same thing. It will need to be compared with what I dug out. No, it's the same thing. I think the same thing. In general, such things. We are going to work further from here. The project is complex and large, but we will fulfill it. And that's good, because there will be something interesting at the end of my working project. But more on that later, of course. Furthermore,